All right.
What's going on, guys? It's Madman Plant. We are here in Syracuse, New York, day number 1 of NECANN, and it has been an awesome day. This is my last podcast today because it's now about to be 2:30 and the event ends at 3, which I wish it ended at 5. But I got Maruice Howard with me, who is a licensed psychologist and a cancer survivor and a man who talks about living again, which all promotes our theme, which is mental health, home growing, and then ultimately smoking cannabis. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good to be here. Good to be here. Just to let everyone know, yes, I do practice psychology. I practiced psychology, and I worked primarily with the military.
Oh, very cool.
And it was very cool to work with the military, serving our country. And that was one of my ways of giving back to our nation, is to help our brothers and sisters who have been in combat to actually have some stable ground to come back to, all starting with their mindset.
You know, I think mindset is huge. And as we talk about that and just practicality and the way that people work, you know, it's the backbone to your motivation, your passion, determination, your morals, integrity. Everything is backed by that.
Correct.
So talk about, you know, you went through some pretty dramatic stress. You know, we've had cancer patients, but nothing like losing your spine.
Yeah. My story is very unique. But before I continue on, I want to let the public know that I'm no longer in license as a psychologist. But once you're a mental health provider, you're always a mental health provider. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But I want you to know that what I went through happened to me unexpectedly, completely out of the blue, and it happened during the time when President Barack Obama was coming into office, and Bush was leaving, and at that time I had developed this amazing term of a disease called plasmacytoma. Which really affected my flat bone of my spine, and that just paralyzed me immediately overnight. It left me like everything that normally happens in my world or in your own personal world ceases. It stops. You can't move. And so that happened to me, and it happened at a time whereas I was on my way up in society as well as in the corporate world. And my world fell apart. A nasty story behind that. But to fast forward, I came to New York State, and I received cannabis through New York State. And because I received the cannabis through the New York State program, medical cannabis, that allowed me to regrow my nerves. And I sit before you, no longer in a wheelchair.
Yep.
And no longer on whatever these things are, these walkers. That was once me. Lots of prayer, lots of spirituality, but the most important part was the psychology. And I, as a mental health professional, I actually had to utilize psychology on myself in order for me to get to the next level. And anyone can do it, everyone can do it, but you have to understand the art of getting there. And so many people, especially our men, we don't want to talk about mental health. People don't want to talk about being sick. People don't want to talk about their darkness. That's part of the stigma about being human. You know, when God put us together very well, number one. Number two, if you really pay attention to the body, everything works.
Yeah.
And it works very well. And if it didn't work, then you would not be. This is the way I look at it. Everyone is special. Mental health, I get it. But everyone is special, meaning that you are one of 4,999,000 sperm that actually made it to the egg.
That's right. So you never thought you were fast. You were.
You were. So everyone's special, meaning that you're God's creation. So God doesn't make junk, and he didn't make junk, and he still does not make junk. So everyone's mental health, it's what comes into our minds. It's what happens to us. I'm going to put it to you this way. Mother, father, sister, brother, aunt, uncle, niece, nephew, child, other. Meaning all of these people are in your family. And somehow or another, this dynamic, it gets out. And you have different influence, like from Aunt Joey, from Aunt Sue, from the kid down the street who happens to be your friend, the brand new baby who is just now in the house. So all of this plays a big dynamic on everything. And how we deal with our stressors, how we cope with life. This is where our mental health comes in.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. And I also think so too. When you have stressors like that, it's good to be able to take that deep breath. The problem is a lot of the clarity comes after the fact, after everything's gone, after the yelling, after the screaming, after the turmoil. And I think a lot of times too is even when it gets dark, is to realize that you're not alone. And even though it sucks, everything it's never not happening to somebody else. Like Jim Rohn, one of my favorite speakers, has a quote that says, it's not what happened to us in life that matters, it's who we become. And I think we need to focus on that. And the problem is hindsight's 2020. When you are going through what you're going through in here and that picture, I'm sure it's different than the mindset you had today when you just naturally just got up and decided to walk over here.
Yes.
Different thought process, different thoughts about pain. Oh, it's going to be painful to get up, or it's going to do this, or it's going to do that. And now you do it with these.
I do it with these. And, glory be to God. And I say that with love and kindness. Because, first of all, God created the planet. Yep. Wait a minute. Let's back up. First, he created everything, including you. Just get with the program.
I'm a big believer in God and the universe. And I'm also a Mason.
There you bam. Thank you. Okay. So my point is this. He created the plant. The plant helps the body. Mm-hmm. I'm sitting here because I can. If it wasn't for the plant, I would probably still be on OxyContin and the other 46 medications that I was on. I don't even know if I would be here, to be quite honest with you, because the medications, after a while, they take toll on your body. The medications, they will kill you. They can't kill you. You are taking chemicals, putting chemicals in your body.
Yeah. Well, when we were talking to a person that used to be in Interpol and also worked for the CIA, he developed stomach cancer. And when he was going through his treatments, they said, you could be put on all these meds, or you could smoke cannabis and, you may or may not need a liver in the future, and that's a very stark statement where, I could just smoke weed and then not have to take all these medicines. I think also too is, unless you know the healing powers of cannabis, I don't even take pain meds. I try not to do any meds, other than my I had really bad acid reflux, protonics and all that jazz. But I think it's important, and that's what we're opening up to and seeing in the cannabis space. But it takes people that are going through stuff like this to use cannabis in that life-saving or in that, that pivotal moment that really changes their outcome.
Well, it has definitely changed my outcome. It really has. And if it was not for the cannabis, again, I would not be here today. And if the cannabis did not exist, then many people who are currently on medications, they wouldn't be here. Or shall I say, those people who are no longer on those medications, they voluntarily decided not to take those medications, and now they use cannabis because the cannabis is better. They have better outcomes for their body, and they're not hemmed up with a whole bunch of chemicals that is really detrimental to the body, and that's very important. And may I give a quick shout out for this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and that's one of the reasons why I use No Green Thumb. This is the first fertilizer in the history of the United States. BIPOC, BIPOC, No Green Thumb, nogreenthumb.com. QR codes right here on the back. So this product right here, it's 100% natural. It's OMRI certified. Am I going the right way? Whatever. Nogreenthumb.com. There you go. So please go ahead and grab that QR code if you can. This product, it's natural and it's plant-based, and it is the best of the best. We can give you approximately 20 to 40% more yield per acre. What does that mean for the cultivator? It means that you're going to have 20 to 40% more of whatever you're growing. Asparagus, cucumbers, cannabis, zucchini, it doesn't matter. Cassava. I'm here to help the people, and I want the people to get better, to get well. I'm going organic. And again, we're OMRI certified. The product is called No Green Thumb, nogreenthumb.com. My name is Maruice Howard, and I approve this message.
That is awesome. What we're going to do is we're going to get you on the 2-hour podcast. We're at our 10 minutes anyway, so that was a perfect outro. Guys, tomorrow we'll have more podcasts coming your way. You can watch this right now on YouTube, and we will see you tomorrow. Thank you guys
Thank you
for
very
being
much.
here.
Agreed.
Bye-bye.